Everything that I have seen says that the first episode of the new show is just wildly good. Have a blue bomb. Oh. Those are there. Oh, dodgy dodge.
Don't stop now.
Hopefully the prequel storyline is all figured out. Well, luckily for them, they're back on the books. So. And also luckily for us. Am I as terrified of the prequels for Rings of Power? No, I'm not at all. The Rings of Power is actually perfect because the thing that they did with Rings of Power, which is really smart, is they basically put it in the era of Lord of the Rings where there's the least established lore, which means for the most part they can kind of just make stuff up because there's not a whole lot of established lore there. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of in the in-between zone. Like, they've got the stuff before them that happened and the stuff that comes after them that they have to, like, keep in mind. But they can kind of just wing it, and then it can just be like, cool, that's just the lore now. They don't have to worry about a whole lot of, like, weird book snobbery because there isn't, like, a lot of stuff in the Second Age. It hurts. Ow. Ow.
They hate us because they ain't us.
What was my take on Wheel of Time? I've never read the Wheel of Time, but I highly enjoyed Wheel of Time. For me, Wheel of Time was like a 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot. Cool lore, enjoyed the world. The last, I think it was the last episode of Wheel of Time was badass. Maybe it was the second to last episode, but like whenever like the big fight happened, that was badass. That was sick. I liked it a lot. There was some really cool lore. I really liked when they, I forget what it was called, like the Shadow City or whatever. When they were talking about the lore of the city that like closed themselves in to like hide off from the world, and then everybody inside the city disappeared. Like, oh, there was some cool stuff. And like, I have no book knowledge whatsoever, so to me it's just all new and that's just the lore. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything to compare it to. To be fair, I am also like extremely generous when it comes to like books being made into like movies and TV shows, because it just doesn't bother me when the lore changes. It just doesn't bother me, personally. Like, if they change the lore, that's totally fine. It just doesn't, I don't know. I would say the only thing that kind of does is like when you're really looking forward to something cool and then it doesn't make the cut. But something cool doesn't make the cut, I think that's usually a bummer. Just because not everything can make the cut. But like, when they change the story to like fit the medium, it just doesn't bother me. I just go, cool. It's like lore 2.0. You know, it's like you get your movie lore and you get your book lore. Or you get your TV show lore. Like, it can all be slightly different, you know? Doesn't bother me. Oops, baby.
An enemy has been slain.
It's kind of why you're digging the Sandman show. Yeah, see, so the Sandman is a comic, right? I wasn't familiar with the Sandman at all, but it's cool. What about live action Avatar? Shows can be both different from the lore and good, and they can also be different from the lore and bad. The good or bad to me is not dependent necessarily on the lore changes. That's not the part that does it for me. But still, generically, a good movie or a bad movie, you know, acting, budget, CGI, all of those still apply. You know? Casting. All of the rules of good TV and good movies still apply to me. I just don't necessarily care if they change away from the lore. You don't mind if they tweak stuff, but you don't like if they completely change it. Like, if they made Aragorn evil in the movies, you wouldn't have liked it. Sure, but to be fair, when you say that, a part of me goes, yeah, but what if we have a whole like alternate universe Lord of the Rings set where Aragorn was actually evil the entire time and he becomes like supreme ruler? Because now I'm into it and now I want that show. Look what you've done. See, now I'm into it. I'm already into it. Give me that. Give me that fanfic. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm into it. Evil Aragorn. Make it happen, Amazon. But they time travel to make him evil. No! No! Soiled it! Soiled it!
Man.
Why? What's up, Salat? Is this the new Conquest map? Plus one that he would have had. Aragorn, where's the ring? Maybe this time. Let's go. Let's go. What movies are better than the book / source material? Depends on. It's gotta highly depend on just individual preference, you know? Highly. I think that there's a really strong argument that the Lord of the Rings movies are better than the books. While we're just on the topic. I think there's a really strong argument. Because, like, I think a lot more people can enjoy the movies than could necessarily enjoy the books. Oh my goodness, I would hate to get out of this one. My goodness. Just in terms of like mass appeal, I think that without the movies, the like probably, because like Lord of the Rings was huge, right? It's one of the best-selling books of all time. But in terms of like its 2022 relevance, the movies really had a large influence on it, like staying relevant in modern culture. You know? Because it is old. I mean, they are old.
I don't go nowhere without
And if you
my
read them,
headphones.
they read a little old. You know, when you're reading them, they read old. And also just fantasy books in general, particularly for me, Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, they tend to, I think, be harder for people to read because they both tend to go on a description tangent where you're not necessarily getting any dialogue for pages at a time, and the story isn't necessarily progressing for pages at a time, and you're getting like histories and lineages or like landscapes or like the histories of like, like let's have a couple pages about like just like what hobbits eat, And it's like stuff like that, I feel like turns a lot of people off of the reading process, because all of a sudden you're taking a quick detour into, all right, let me give you a quick history on this elf's forefathers. Fantasy tends to get biblical, is what it is. Fantasy loves to throw in a bit of Leviticus. They just love to throw it in there, They just love that kind of like, yeah, it's world building, but world building can get very boring very fast.
Hook me up with some more spray cans. I need to represent.
Very fast. You have to have a high level of interest really in the world, No, I'm not saying that it bothers me. I'm a sucker for lore. I love lore. I'm talking about getting people interested in the fantasy genre, particularly in reading the fantasy genre. Because for a lot of people, they just go, well, this is boring. I don't actually care about this, this, and this. I want the next chapter of what's going to happen, kind of thing. And to be fair, as somebody who has read through Game of Thrones, several times during Game of Thrones, I thought to myself, all right, I get it already. And I love lore. And quite a few times I thought to myself, I get the point. I get it. Got the gist. What's next?
Man, I don't go nowhere without my headphones.
George R. R. Martin doesn't like to hear himself talk. You'll admit to that? He sure doesn't love to hear himself write, though. He hates the sound of that typewriter, let me tell you. Somebody get this man Microsoft Word pronto. Did you guys hear the latest news, by the way, on Winds of Winter? He may just finish 1 or 2, possibly this week, people's perspectives. Ooh. Ah. A whole character point of view might be done. For those that have read Game of Thrones, you're like, wait, you mean one of like the 30 character point of views that goes throughout the book? One of those. That book is never getting written, it's never being finished, and we'll never know what happens. We'll have to make it up in fan fiction. And that's fine, I guess. That's fine, I guess. At least the Lord of the Rings was finished, you know? Did he finish writing all the things he wanted to write? No, but at least we got the core set, you know? We even got some expanded universe stuff. Shout outs. I just straight up missed that. I sure did.
Another patriot has fallen.
Damn. We tried. See, right now we're running into the problem of they have 2 tanks and we have 1 tank. You know? At least his son finished some. Yeah. To be honest though, in the nicest way possible, the Tolkien estate, in general has been pretty bottom tier.
I need to represent.
Like, real low on the totem pole. Up until very recently.
An ally has been slain.
I feel like they've been, they have not been high on my, my degree of liking them. Hey, what's up, Destroy? Like, I get wanting to protect works and all that, but also, like, you have one of the coolest IPs in the world to work with, like, you know. So I'm glad that we're getting some expanded universe stuff with like the Amazon series, and there's some games coming out. It's too cool of a universe to just not get utilized, you know? Can't just throw things up onto a pedestal. Ow. Ow. Yeah, they're pulling some Mickey Mouse bull mitt for copyright stuff. Yeah, that's always gross. For sure. That's always gross. They're just winning the frontline game, man. Oh, God. Okay.
Man, I don't go nowhere.
I think I'm gonna
without
get a
my
brawlers
headphones.
for some anti-heal. We don't have one, right? I think I'm just gonna get a brawlers. We don't have any anti-heal, actually.
Mind your own business.
In fact, they have more anti-heal than we do. So. Ew. Alright, Mr. Cupcake, if that even is your real name. No combo works every time, huh? Yeah. We just can't, man. They have two tanks.
They hate us 'cause they ain't
Our
us.
middle tower is under attack.
All right, I'm working on the brawlers, I guess.
come
We
with
need
street
anti-heal, and
Middle
we need
tower
another
has been
tank.
destroyed.
What, now they keep getting away with that? They've just got the Nezha and the Xingqiang in the front line, man. The two tank meta in Joust is so strong. 2 DPS. The good news about us with our 2 DPS is 2 DPS tends to do better when you get the game to like the 30-minute marker. I would say most Joust games don't go 30 minutes plus, but if the game does go over 30 minutes, that's when the DPSs tend to come online over the tanks. So we got to last like another 10 minutes, and we're in not a bad spot. But we do have to actually make it. We do. I'm gonna get this brawlers. It's gonna help out.
When all else fails, improvise, man.
Improvise, man. This seems to be kind of the general rule of Joust. Alright, you see the damage coming online a little more, actually. That was a huge Vulcan knockup. Damn. Oh my god. Oh, thank god I've got this brawlers.
Keeping these streets safe one day at a time.
I literally can't get to the stupid Jade. Okay, this is actually so dumb. Okay. Unfortunate.
Don't try me. I'ma cut you.
That sucks. I actually might be dead for that. That's so bad, man. Wow. Literally just wow. That sucks. Oh, he missed. Oh. Oh, unfortunate. I can't believe my ulti didn't hit him. I'm not saying he was 100% in my rectangle, but he was 100% in my rectangle. That's a bummer for sure. Also sucked that the Jade didn't die right there. The Scotty, damn. He was also so
Hard time.
double unfortunate. Vulcan Ultra a little yellow. Probably could have kept that. Little yellow. Yeah, I've not heard the word rectangle. Circle is greater than rectangle. In Smite, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Rectangles are the superior, or rectangles are the inferior shape in Smite. That is true. I'm heading over. So this is ridiculous. Oh my god, the heals. I got it!
You have slain an enemy.
Guys! Somebody hit him! Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Not enough rhombuses in Smite. Bro, I don't even know what to do at this point.
Grab a charger. Who knows how long we'll be out.
Quick. All the way. At least hunters are really good at this part. I'm zoning. You're doing great.
Sweet graffiti spot. Keep a lookout, though.
Nope. I'm zoning.
I ain't done with you.
Oh, I'm by myself. Sucks that we couldn't get that out of the Phoenix, but.
Destroyed a middle enemy tower.
Wow. That's great. Oh, my ulti, bro. You kidding me?
Oh, my stupid friend. You weren't out for it.
Okay. I feel like we're right at that spot. We're right at that point where the double DPS should start to really kick it up a notch.
Mind your own business.
Here we go. Come on. Here we go. There it is.
You have paid. You have paid.
Damn.
Whipped up.
Yes. Yes. No! Oh my god, the Jade Emperor, bro! God.
Your team
So
has destroyed
annoying.
the middle enemy Phoenix.
Wow, that flippin' root, man. Kept me just the tiniest, bittiest. Alright, the Vulcan and Scotty should officially be on like 1 shot o'clock by now, so this is our time to thrive. What are my defenses at? Basically capped? Do you get percentage or flat? You get flat, but do you overcap? Does Elixir overcap on flat defense, actually? It doesn't, right? I don't think it does.
I can start a musical with this junk.
Because percentage is overcap, but flat doesn't overcap in this fight. It was better when it was a percent. Yeah, I was about to say, because physical is still percent. But magical is a flat value. It's pretty... pretty inferior. If that was a flat or a percent value still, get some crazy protections. That Jing Chen is getting pretty aggressive here. Wow, he's full. What the hell is he full heal off of? What? He was okay. Huh. That's wild. He's at like half HP when you jump. What the? Holy boon healing damage. Oh sure, he gets the full boon heal off of every wave. Meanwhile, I've got 9 different forms of anti-heal on me. There we go, now my full heal. Oh, sorry. What's up, Obey? Ow! I got stashed out of my 3, which is an ability that gives you an invulnerability frame. So, not 100% sure how that one just went down. Seems bad. This is bad. Right.
Mind your own business.
This game will last 3 years. Come back up. Yeah. This is wild, bro. This is a wild game. Oh, damn. It's okay, I peeled in the back. They're actually not peeling for their Jade. Yeah, they're peeling for the Jade. Oh my god! They're feeling for their Jade because they've got 2 frontline! Ah! We gotta kill him! No! Oh my god. There we go. We killed somebody. Holy man. If you didn't say anything in gun, they never would have realized.
Be careful.
Guess I'm getting a 3K defense spot. I don't even know what's happening, man.
How long we'll be out?
Holy crap. Guess it's probably full heal, huh? Oh, you can smell the sweat? Can you smell the sweat dripping down my back right now? This is ridiculous. Don't mind me, just trying to win a nice casual game of Joust out here.
Keeping these streets safe one day at a time.
God, it's so hard to kill these guys. If I had to guess, we just don't have enough Scotty damage right now. We just don't have enough. Because theoretically, we're at the point of the game where our comp should just straight up be strong. The double DPS should be able to burn through the tanks. Okay. That ninja is in a bad spot. Nice.
You.
Run for it.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy
I don't
Waiting for it. GG. Holy.
business.
Woo! We did it. We had to wait out to the stage of the game where the double DPS beats the double tank. Holy cow. Realistically, just pick double tank and just don't wait that long. just win the game faster. You know? Well, we're halfway through Diamond 1 to Masters. Yeah, see. This is why the double tank is better than the double DPS. I did 9,000 damage more than Scotty, but I also mitigated 100k more. Literally. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a Twitchin' day, y'all.